One of the reasons people may be buying today is because of our call of the day. Morgan Stanley, Katie Huberty. You hear her name all the time from Pete Najarian, one of the most highly respected analysts who cover this name. She says it's been a buying opportunity. This supply chain noise is one big buy. She's still bullish on services, maintaining her overweight on the stock. $253 is the price target.
Less and less and less is the power of so-called analyst hammers on stocks over the last 5 years, both to the upside and downside, even to the extent that when Buffett makes a call, it doesn't move indexes anymore. The market does its own thing globally. I don't think this call changes the narrative on Apple. The Apple narrative was this. It was a services business with margins growing, and everybody could see how much was going to come in with unit sales. They take away the unit sales. The only way I read that is they don't want to give us the bad news. Now I have no way to know. Now I can't own the stock. I think the stock's trading down to 160. I think it's going to go to 11, 12p for a consumer electronics company. No narrative on margins anymore. Margins are going down. It's negative. I don't care about this report. I think she's a great analyst. I'm not insulting her. I'm just saying it doesn't change the narrative.
I think what's going on with Apple is symptomatic with some of the macro concerns, right? If you look at a company like that, a lot of its sales are ex-US, 46% give or take. And if you look at tech broadly, a lot of the sales are ex-US. So you look at this dollar strength, you look at emerging market economic weakness, and it's really tough to be raising average selling prices and selling those units when they're becoming so cost prohibitive in this emerging markets that are slowing down. So I think that's really the underlying issue with some of the tech names that we're looking at.
This thing, Josh, you think stay in, I don't know, the penalty box for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, the bounce,
until the next numbers come out. I don't know I don't know.
The bounce today is really weak, given how much it's calmed down.
So let me ask you this. This is sort of Kevin's point. No longer getting iPhone units. How, as an investor, are you going to make, if you're not in this name, let's put it to you that way, if you're not in this name today, how are you going to get back in? What do you have to see from this company to get back in to the stock?
Well, on the one hand, you're buying a stock that's trading at less than 14 times PE, which is lower than the overall U.S. market. You have a 1.6% dividend yield, which is not nothing. And you've got a massive buyback program in place that overall should be somewhat supportive, not on an everyday basis, but in general. So I think you could say, all right, I understand all of the challenges that Apple faces. I understand the criticism about not releasing unit sales and people not liking that.
Pretty right.
But I'm buying it $30 off its high.
So is she right?
I think you can make a bull case here. And the other thing on price action, Scott, it has now erased the entire benefit of that explosive move it made from last August. That entire thing has just been rewound. You're buying it back at that price. So the buyers are coming in here tepidly. I don't know if it's the bottom, but they are showing up where they should. And if it can put together a couple of days where it stops falling, then you might say, okay, everyone that wanted out is now out. I don't know that you can say that just today.